Welcome to What's on Jay's Mind. Let's talk about the PS5 and Xbox pre-order shenanigans.
What's on Jay's mind?
Alright guys, it's that time now. It's been, what are we talking, 7 years since PlayStation 4 came out, I believe, 5, 7, where are we at with that? I don't know, but it's still time. 9, 8 years? Is it 8? Regardless, it is time for a new console. It's time for the next generation of console. I'm super excited about the PS5. I know a lot of you guys are excited about the PS5. I know a lot of people are excited about the new Xbox. What are they calling it? The Series X? X Series S, Series X, Xbox
I think it's Series
180, or Xbox 720. They're really weird with the way they name their consoles. But I know a lot of you people are excited about the new Xbox. That's the point. I also know a lot of you guys can't get your hands on either one right now. That's a problem. That's a problem for you. It's not a problem for me. I got a hold of one. I'll tell you that story here in a minute. And I'm not trying to scoreboard you and be like, oh, look at me. No, I'm just extremely lucky, and I got people that are looking out for me with this kind of thing. You know what? I'll go into that story now. So, we'll kind of get into the story and talk about everything that's unfolded in the last couple of days with these pre-orders. So Sony did a live event the other day, you know, teasing a bunch of different stuff, new Spider-Man game, teased a new God of War game, all kinds of other stuff. It was a pretty decent showing for Sony. And then they said, here's when it's coming out, November 12th. And they said, here's what it's going to cost. With disc drive, $500. Digital only, $400. People are excited about the price point. I think it's a great price point. Honestly, I think it's good. It's not too much. Anything over that, I'd have been going, oh, I still would have bought it, but, you know, it'd have been like, oh, geez, okay. So, after this live event, they said, pre-order now. Available now for pre-order. And that sent everything and everyone into a tizzy because people weren't ready for the pre-order. People weren't ready to take orders on those pre-orders. I got a text from a friend of mine who is a store manager at a GameStop. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say which one. He texts me and says, get to GameStop now if you can. I go to my local GameStop that's 30 seconds away from me. As I'm walking in, I hear the person on the phone telling a customer, we're not doing pre-orders right now. The closest place is in the mall. I didn't want to go in the mall. And if people have already been up there calling, then people are already at the mall. So I call my buddy up. I'm like, yo, can I get to your store? He's like, you better get here quick. Like, how long will it take you? I was like, 20 minutes. He's like, you should be fine. Come on. When I arrive, he's in the back on the phone with corporate. At which point, I guess corporate figured it out and they said, okay, go ahead and do it. He comes out. He's like, all right, we can do this. Now, he didn't hold me a spot. I don't want people to think that you know, this guy was doing anything he really wasn't supposed to do. I walked in there. There were only 2 other people ahead of me. I just happened to walk into the right store at the right time, I guess. Would he have held me a spot, a pre-order spot? Probably, but he didn't have to. So I'm not throwing him under the bus for any of that kind of stuff because he didn't do anything wrong. He just said, get to GameStop. Well, at this point, everybody was trying to get to GameStop, so it's not like I had some secret insider information, I guess. Maybe a smidge, right? So I was able to get my PlayStation 5 pre-order in. With the guiding hand of a very good friend of mine who happens to be a manager at GameStop. But I know a lot of people did not. I know these things sold out very quickly. I was on the phone with Eric, and he was on, I think, Target.com, and by the time he put it in his cart, went to checkout, started putting all his shipping information in and all that kind of stuff, it was gone. This item no longer available. Like, it was like that, and Xbox has been no different. There's been a ton of problems with people getting a hold of a pre-order, but this ain't the first time this has happened, and that's the other thing. I think it's high time we get past the point of Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo going, here's how many units we're putting out there. Have fun. Good luck. I would rather, before we get into that though, this has been such a problem. Like, I think Walmart came out and was like, so we had our online orders, those are gone. We're gonna do in-store pre-orders as well. They canceled that event, if you will. That was supposed to have happened on the 21st, I think. So 2 days ago at time of filming this. The reason they gave was we're concerned with social distancing guidelines, that we might have to break protocol if we allow this to be a thing. This day and age, valid concern. But how do you fix that? How do you work around that? And you can, and you could have. And this is the bigger problem with them not doing a pre-order event, okay? The issue is what you could have done. Let's say the store is going to get 20, all right? 20, 25, I don't know. I'm throwing a random number out there. The first 20, 25 people who come up, they say, okay, you're cool. You're in line for that pre-order. You can do it. Everyone else, you got to go. You got to go. We only have 20 units. You're number 21. Bye. You're number 22, 27, 54. Sorry. Bye. Go home. You send them out of there. You send them out of there. You keep these people. You can line these people up. You know what I mean? Even if people are camping out, you can go out. You can control that. You can. Me and Tim stood in line at Walmart for 2 days. 2 days for the Wii. Legit 2 days. But we didn't have COVID-19 to deal with. You know, like people were sleeping in the store right there, but they kept us in this line. And they even told us then, if anyone comes up behind you, the last person in line, tell them you can't get it. This is it. The people are here. Those are the ones getting it. You could have done the same thing. I think Walmart should have done the same thing, because here's the issue with this. When whatever console comes out, PlayStation 5, Xbox, you are now going to have hundreds of people standing around waiting and trying to get into a position to where they can get one of these. You're causing a bigger problem for yourself is what you're doing. This is almost going to be a Black Friday type of thing. Now, the only way that you fix this situation is if you go, guys, we got 20. Everyone else, get the hell out of here. Go the hell on home. And I don't know if they're going to do that. But I don't know they're not. I do think they're creating a bigger problem for themselves in the future, just to not have to deal with something right now in the moment that they feel they just don't want to have to deal with it, period. That's what it is. I think that's an issue. But the onus isn't on your Walmarts, your GameStops, your Targets, and stuff like that. We need to put responsibility on Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Because instead of creating the shortage, is what they've done. They've created the shortage. I don't understand why they're doing this. And I've had people ask me, do you think COVID is affecting any kind of production? I think it can. I think if it has, it would have been delayed. Things would have been pushed back. I think if you're able to get in and work and manufacture and make these consoles to any degree, you can make them to every degree. Does that make sense? So if you're able to go in and go, all right, we got 1 million units made, awesome. You can go in and say, we're making 5 million units. Now I understand that they have to get ready to ship these things, but what's the issue with doing the pre-order a little bit sooner than, what, 2 months before? And running that for 2 weeks, 30 days, something like that. Because then you know your sales numbers are in. GameStop has their sales number. Target, Walmart has their sales number. They're going to go to Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo and go, okay, we need 2 million units for GameStop. Hey, this is Target. We need 1.5 million units. Hey, this is Walmart. We need 2.5 million units. And then they distribute from there. I don't understand why we can't do this in this day and age. It blows my mind. It blows my mind that these companies are intentionally creating shortage. Now, one theory is, well, supply and demand. If it's not there, people are going to want it more, blah, blah. But you don't need to create a shortage for something like this because the demand is there, period. The demand is there. People want this console. People wait for this console. People are ready and waiting on the next console when the new one comes out. So as soon as 5 comes out, you're going to be going, I can't wait for 6. People want this. The demand is there. Supply the demand. The demand isn't there because there's no supply. There's no supply to meet the demand. That's the issue. That's the issue. And you can say, well, that's kind of just how supply and demand works, right? Well, no, you created. It's not like, let me give an example. It's not like this recently, this Popeye's chicken sandwich, where someone, some influencer somewhere was like, yo, you got to try this. You got to go try this chicken sandwich at Popeye's. It's so good, better than Chick-fil-A. And then everyone rushes out to try to get it. The supply was there. People going out trying to get it tanked the supply. And because more people wanted it, then you had the demand. Well, the supply's never been there. So this is not a supply and demand kind of thing because you're not supplying the demand. It's not like there were all these PlayStation 5s and new Xboxes sitting on shelves already, and pick any random YouTuber you like was like, yo, I just picked up this PlayStation 5, you guys have to go get it. And then the masses went out to try to get a PlayStation 5. That's not what happened here. They need to supply enough consoles for the people who want them. I don't understand why they don't do this. And then someone the other day, and I know you're going to see this, but so I'm not going to mention your name, and I thought this was a pretty... It was a weak argument and even weaker way of thinking and weaker statement, honestly. It was like, well, on, let's call it the black market, right? On eBay. On eBay, these things are selling for $1,500. You know, PlayStation 5 is selling for 3 times what they pay. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean for Sony and Microsoft? Like, how they don't benefit from that. You know, nobody who sells these things, GameStop can't even go on like price charting and go, well, it's selling for $1,500 and then put a sticker on their PlayStation 5 saying $1,500. The thing is, people wouldn't have to pay that money if there were enough out there. So someone pre-ordering and selling it on eBay has nothing to do with what Sony is seeing and what Sony does. Just because someone else is selling something for $1,500, Sony's not going to go, well, that's the market now, $1,500 per. It's not going to happen. So that's a completely irrelevant and weak argument. It was a weak argument. And I only bring it up because I don't want you to bring it up and have a weak argument. I personally think pre-order should run longer. 30-day window. You got your numbers. You start making. If for some reason you can't meet the demand at that point, well, you got to have a contingency plan in play. I don't know. You're going to get it late. We'll give you credit on PSN, something. I don't know. And maybe that's why they don't do it. Who knows? Maybe I just figured it out on my own just now. Maybe that's why they don't do it. But again, if you have the ability to make any amount, you can make any amount you want. So if your ability is to make $1 million, you can make 10 if you really wanted to do it and push production. What do you guys think? Were you, anyone watching, were you able to get a hold of one? I got lucky. I was. I've heard Sony's going to do another wave of pre-orders down the road. I don't know if that's true. I have no way to confirm that. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about it. Appreciate y'all's time.